solids. Hopefully you kind of get good at drawing some of these geometric solids. And we need first to figure out I guess the first one is just a polyhedron. A polyhedron, and this is only for definition's sake, kids, it is a solid that has faces that are all polygons. A solid with faces that are polygons. You remember what a polygon is? It has to be made up by straight lines and closed. So a polyhedron covers a bunch of different things. You know, and I can't really draw them because they could be all goofy. You could have a triangle here, you know, a three-dimensional shape that has this rectangle here and then sort of a thing here that does this, and it does all sorts of goofy things that you can't tell whatever it is. It'd be like, have you ever played the games that have, you know, you roll the dice that have like triangles for sides or whatever? That's a polyhedron because it's made up of all polygons. Triangles are polygons. Or some of them maybe have, I don't know, have you ever played with dice that have rectangles on one side and triangles on others or whatever? Or a soccer ball. A soccer ball is all stitched together a little, they used to be all pentagons, but different size pentagons and that other shape. We are really, though, going to focus on special types of polyhedron. And the first one, you already know what it is. It is a prism. A prism, you know these, we've done these before, but polyhedron or prism, polyhedrons and a prism have two equal bases. I'll show you what I mean by that. And they're named by whatever their base is. For example, here is, if you did a rectangle and it looks like that because I'm drawing it as a polyhedron. This is the bottom of it. I do one of these. Another equal bottom that looks just like it. And then I connect the sides. And you have your rectangular prism. Okay. By the way, well, we'll get to that later. I'm not going to say that. You can make a prism out of just about anything. The two main ones are rectangular ones and triangular ones. So you have a triangle that looks like this, and you have a second triangle that looks like that right above it. Wham, wham, wham. Triangular prism. Yeah, a wedge of cheese. If the side were not round on a wedge of cheese, because it usually comes from a cheese wheel. If this wasn't round, it would be a triangular prism. Now the thing to note here, let me show you this, okay? A triangular prism, the base is a triangle because you have two identical ones of them, okay? On a rectangular prism, the base is a rectangle, but the deal with this is if I asked you what the base of this shape was, you could pick any of the rectangles because they all are the same. You can pick the left side, the front, the backs, the whatever. Triangular prisms have to be triangular because they're triangles. Well, let's go a step farther. How about I could make let's make a hexagonal prism. And it would look like this. I start with my hexagon, and I just continue it out over here, like this, and like this, and like this. And let me draw, oops, sorry, I didn't want that. I want it to be yellow. The thing I want you to understand is you have probably been taught, when people think about bases, they always think base is the bottom. Okay, and that's not the case with prisms. Sometimes the base is the bottom, but it could be that the base is actually looking at you. Okay, this is a hexagonal prism because its base is a hexagon, but it doesn't have to be sitting on its base. Okay, you know something's base is, I call this the loaf of bread theory. Okay, what shape or how would you slice this thing if you were making toast and you were slicing it? How would you slice it so that every shape that you cut looked exactly the same? Well, you'd have to cut it on the hexagonal thing, because if I sliced it like this, if I kept making slices across here, right here, I would keep getting rectangles, but they'd keep getting wider and wider and wider until I got to the bottom. One way to slice this so that you keep getting the same shapes would be to slice it like this. Maybe I got some stuff here to show you. Yeah. Here's one right here. Okay. This shape here. Just because I set it down like this doesn't make this the base. The base is this and this, because if it was a loaf of bread, I would slice it on that hexagon and keep getting those same hexagons. If I sliced it like this, I would have a rectangle, but they'd keep getting wider till I got to here, and then I slice it. They'd be all different shapes. So no matter what the shape is, you have to look to see what. Let me see if I have it here. Why do I have something else? I don't have something. Got that? Those are prisms, ladies and gentlemen, because now we have to move on. Still polyhedrons. Next we have what we like to call pyramids. What would be the unfair definition of pyramids? What do you know about a pyramid? Simply said, a pyramid goes to a point. Now I'm going to give you the... How do we draw a pyramid? Well, let's start off with a triangular pyramid. So I'm going to start with a triangle down here. Okay? Then watch this. I'm going to put a point up here. And then I'm going to connect each of these vertices, which I suppose we should talk about. And it'll make a pyramid. Watch this. So I go here, here, and then here. And sometimes it helps to shade a little bit. This is the front and maybe not so bad. That is a triangular pyramid. If you wanted a, let's say, a hexagonal pyramid, again, you'd have to start with a hexagon, like that one. Start with a hexagon, put a point up here, and then connect the dots. A couple you can see back there. Isn't that exciting? This would be a hexagonal pyramid. Hexagonal pyramid. Okay. Now what we haven't talked about are special names of the points. What do we call the points? When things come to points here, those are called the what of the shape? Well, plural is vertices. Singular is vertex. Okay, the thing that I have shaded there, those are called the faces of the shape. Okay, faces of the shape. And then the place where two faces meet, this little line that's right there, those are called the, ladies and gentlemen, edges. Are you with me? So on this hexagonal pyramid, how many faces does that thing have? Michael Ruel, how many faces does this shape have? You gotta count the ones you can't see as well. Does not have 6. 7. Because you got the 6 that go around the side and the bottom one. This thing has 7 faces. How many vertices does it have? The one on top and the 6 around the outside. 7 vertices. How many edges does it have? Edges have edges? No, more than 7. I believe there'll be 14 because you've got 6 edges on the base and then the 6 of the things that go around. There should be 12 edges. How about this shape here? How many edges on this thing? 6 edges. How many vertices? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many faces? 4 faces. Okay. All right, that leads us to things that are not, these are not polyhedrons. I'm sure you're very familiar with them. And love to draw them as much. The first one is, we lovingly call it a can. Actually, what's its real name?
Cylinder.
A cylinder. A cylinder. If you like, you can always kind of like shade it in. I don't like to shade in my cylinders. Go real dark on the outside and then kind of get lighter. Get real dark when it gets to the outside again. There's our proverbial can. A cylinder that comes to a point, like we did over there, that was a pyramid, though, is called a cone. Cylinder that comes to a point is called a cone. Oh, it's called a right circular cone, I guess. And the last one, which we like to talk about as a ball, in the mathematical world, is yes, a sphere. It is tough to draw a 3-dimensional sphere. So what do we do that makes it, give it a little bit of depth? We do a, Kelsey? Yeah, you kind of draw a circular kind of line that does this, and then it kind of circles around the backside there. And for some reason, it gives you a little bit of depth there, rather than what it really is. Kind of like those NBA, you've seen those NBA floors where they have on the end lines, the things are painted and it looks like they're standing up on the edge. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I think these kids are gonna trip over and it's just painted flat on the floor. What is it? What place is it? Raptors. Is it? Is it what it says is Raptors on it? I think it does. Always scares me because I think people are gonna lie into that. What else do we have here? Oh, and just for fun, let's do this. We'll stop that here. Hold on a second. Just for fun, let's